Lovely to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I've never been to Germany before, so
Oh wow.
yeah, yes,
Yeah.
it's a nice little moment.
Yeah.
But as usual, special gift.
Thank
So
you very
this is
much.
a rework bag.
Okay.
Couple surprises, and we're
Okay.
gonna work our way through it. Starting off, one side is what we call a bit of a trophy cabinet. Other side is what we think encapsulates you, your character, your personality.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna work through it. Let me know if we're accurate or not, and then you can give us a little bit of criticism, feedback. But I think we're pretty accurate. Are
I'm
you ready?
excited. Yeah, I'm
There you
excited.
go.
Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Thank you. What side do you want first?
We want to go with your side first.
My
so,
side?
So that side.
This side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
like
catches
it.
your eye
The
straight
beans
away?
on toast for sure.
Why beans on toast?
Because that's just my thing.
Serious?
Yeah.
Since when though?
Oh, since I was a kid. So when I used to go to Blackburn, when I played at Blackburn Rovers, so in order for me to get to training, my mum used to pick me up from school,
Yeah.
and then we'd go straight to training.
Yeah.
And she was also a teacher, so
the
every
schedules.
time in the car I used to have the same pot, and she'd warm beans up for me or spaghetti hoops, and yeah, she would literally have that ready for me. So then when she picked me up from school, it was on my knee, and then that's what I ate.
That
It
is
just
crazy.
became like a habit then, and I had it every single match day -1. Yeah, every single like pre-match as well, and yeah, I just lived off beans, and now it's become like a little thing. So for Christmas, people buy me tins of beans, and yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is we need to reach out to Heinz and get that brand partnership
yes,
going.
please.
Perfect.
If you have
I've got you.
connections,
I'll message some people on LinkedIn. I've got you. I also did clock. So yeah, you've actually got one of these items tatted on you. So.
Yeah, the 209. So
legacy number.
It's just here. So that's like my legacy number, like heritage number at national team.
Sick.
So yeah, 209th player to play for England.
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah,
what does that mean? Like, what does playing for your national team mean to you?
It's actually really hard to explain because as a kid, all you want to do is play for England. All you want to do is play for your national team, represent your country. And from a kid, you're wearing the England shirts and you're wearing the shirts that are passed down from friends or brothers and siblings. And yeah, everything you do is for your country. And to finally make your debut, it's like a dream come true. But at the same time, it's so surreal. To be one of 25 players going to every camp is a joke. It still doesn't feel real, to be honest. My parents love it. They love the fact that I'm enjoying my football and that I'm representing, and hearing me sing the national anthem is like, ridiculous. It's really hard to explain.
I can see, that must be crazy for one, yourself, but also your family, and then I guess also your community, right?
Yeah.
So this bottom image is where it all began. Exactly.
That is in Barrow-in-Furness. Yeah, literally the best community. I'm quite fortunate to make it out. So a lot of people don't really make it out of Barrow because everything's there that you need. Everything. It's a good community. There's people all around you, and you kind of don't really have an excuse to leave town. But thankfully, I had a good enough excuse, and I've still got the backing of my full community.
And here you are in Munich.
Yeah, here I am in Munich, and my parents, my mum and my brother are sat the other side in there. But yeah, they love to come and visit and just explore. But yeah, everything comes down to my community. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for them. They gave me funding to be able to transport myself to training, provided me my boots, free gym membership. The people within my town were so supportive, my school especially, and I love going back and just being able to show my face in places.
Oh, that's crazy, because I guess seeing you where you are now, like Euros winner, it's often people can forget about where you started and where the roots started, and also forget about all the background staff that helped make the dream possible, right? Because you wouldn't have been able to do it by yourself. You need a network of support around you.
Definitely. And your support network's so important. Like, Blackburn Rovers from Barrow was 2 hours there, 2 hours back. So in order for me to even play football and play like after the age of 12, and it involved my parents being able to drive me. So it was like the biggest sacrifice and biggest commitment from them. And I had a year out of football because my parents were deciding whether they should take me or not. And finally at 13 they allowed me to go, and they sacrificed most of their evenings driving me. I know that my mum especially would get to training, then she'd be marking books and trying to get the kids' homework sorted. So it was definitely worth the sacrifice.
Wow. And then what an honour for them to look for her to look now and be like coming out to visit you, seeing
absolutely.
you on the biggest stage. And
absolutely. Retired and living the dream.
That is amazing, going on bike rides in the morning through Munich. Love that. But then, I want to stay at that young Georgia. Number 9.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? Why do you think we put a 9 on there?
Maybe because it was like my first position. Oh, I don't know.
Favourite team?
Alan Shearer. Classic. Should have known. But do you know what? I did actually start out as a number 9.
That's mad.
I didn't
know that.
Yeah, I did actually start out. Bit of a goal scorer like Alan Shearer, you know.
Love that.
But no, he was the best. All time legend.
Point blank, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Literally.
And then, Olympic rings, Team
Olympics.
GB.
Yeah,
What
really
was
good
that
experience. A very unusual experience. I think it was very different because unfortunately we were hit with COVID, and there was a lot of things that I think would have been different if there's another Olympics, and if there's an opportunity to go to another one. I think my experience would be very different. But I think in terms of being so independent and like mental strength and growth, I think the Olympics was really important. It was difficult being trapped in a hotel for 8 weeks, not able to leave your room. I've got Leah Williamson next to me trying to learn the piano, who was absolutely awful. So I spent 8 weeks listening to someone play piano and couldn't put a note together by the end of the time. And she drove me mad. But we really enjoyed our time, like socially. It was just unfortunate we didn't really get to see so much of Tokyo.
Yeah. I'm going to stay on that. Leah being a really bad piano player, but also just the friendships that were built and the friendships that you've built through football. Like, how important is friendships for you?
Yeah, very important. The people within football are kind of the ones that understand you the most. They understand like the sacrifice, they understand the emotions that you go through, and especially more recently, me and Kira have been able to connect at like a different level, just because we're both in different countries. We're both, kind of on our own and trying to experience and be adventurous, but at the same time, you're still able to share experience in terms of missing home. And it's heartwarming because you're able to share that experience with somebody else. But at the same time, it's also important that I'm able to do it by myself. Friendships are really important, and we've actually got a holiday planned in a few weeks, so looking forward to being on holiday with them two Muppets for a good week.
Where are you off to?
Ibiza.
Oh, party island! Let's go! Is the bucket hat gonna go?
Yeah, it will for sure. It will for sure. We could win the league on Sunday, so hopefully, if all goes to plan, there might be a few sneaky pictures wearing the bucket hat.
Let's go. I'll keep an eye out on Instagram. And then I guess, ultimately, before we go on to the trophy cabinet.
Do you know what? I do know this.
Do?
Yeah, I do.
That wasn't the one that I was going to go to.
Was it not?
Let's talk about it.
So I was going to go here. That was the logo that Art of Football created when I scored the goal after the Spain game. Because I kind of remember the connection because I love Toy Story. Yeah. And you'd used like the Buzz Lightyear impression as well, and I was like, wow, it's meant to be.
It's perfect.
Yeah. But
it's crazy.
A joke of a game. Experienced every single adversity.
Yeah.
I've never had cramp as bad in my life. But topped off with
the goal.
Yeah, and just to win it, I think that was like the real turning point for us as a nation and us as a team, as we can actually go on and win this now. Because, Spain kind of played us out of the park in terms of football-wise, but we still found a way to come back, to win, and the atmosphere at Brighton was...
I was going to say I was there,
second to none.
And I was just like, I remember sitting on the edge of my seat for the whole time, and I was just like, this could really go either way. Yeah. Like, I think I felt a bit more anxious there at that game than the final, which was like mad because I was like...
Not to put it in, the final was a walk in the final was a walk in the park.
It was crazy.
I passed out on 4 occasions during the semis.
The semis was
It was tough.
And I think because they were so good and we were defensively we were having problems and they were having most of the ball, and then we had a tactic where like let's just throw Millie Bright up top and see what happens. And we threw her up top. Within 10 seconds, we scored, and we was like, "Oh my god, what do we do now?" And then it was kind of at the end of the game, it was like a regroup, and I got cramp really bad in both my calves. And Serena said to me at 90 minutes, she was like, "I've got one more sub. Like, you're on or you're off." And I said, "I'm not coming off. Like, I'm staying on." She was like, "Well, you need to make it through the next 30 minutes." And I had so many gels, so many like things to try and stop cramp, like pickle juice. Like anything to.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's good for cramps.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So literally anything I could to try and get rid of cramp, and then managed to score.
Yeah.
And literally celebrating, I think Kira got cramp, and then Kira got cramp to the point where she couldn't actually move anymore. So then she had to get subbed off, and Jill come on, and I was like, "Jill, you're going to have to run for like 5 of us here." So I remember her just bombing it up and down the pitch. She was winning every header, and I think she'd won every single ball in like the last 15 minutes because no one could run.
Like, Jill always coming in clutch.
Literally.
Jill. No, and then I guess that's a lovely way to end, right?
Yeah.
The song of the nation. I mean, song of the summer. Sorry.
And the nation.
Yeah.
For sure. It's played in the changing room sometimes, and everybody looks at me, and I'm like, "Turn it off, turn it off." Brings back too many memories. I'm stuck in Germany. Turn it off. And they laugh about it. But yeah, that song's literally associated with the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever listen to it the same.
I was gonna say, like, even we were teaching young people singing it. Like everyone was young, old. Everyone was singing it throughout summer, and still singing it now. And it's like as soon as you hear it, you're like. You change the lyrics automatically, like you never sing that song originally. So
and I actually sung it at my initiation when I moved to Bayern. So
you're really trying to cause some trouble.
I know. It had to be done though. I just won the Euros. There was like 8 of the girls that were just played against in the team, and I was like, okay, like the only way that I can get personality across if I try and be funny or I try and just be jokes about it. And originally I went up to sing a different song, and I was like, oh. Screw this, I'm just singing Sweet Caroline. And then the camera turns and everybody's going for it.
I was about to say, what was their reaction?
No, they liked it, to be fair. Yeah. The camera went...
Shit ass. Even Euros, just
literally.
The camera went off and I got a few punches, a few headlocks. Still paying for it now, but... No, it was worth it every second. Felt like it had to. It was like fate, wasn't it? I was brave, but
had to do it.
I think that
cherry on the top.
Yeah, I think that come across like well because everybody knew that I was just not serious then.
Yeah.
And that I was just here to have some fun and obviously take football serious, but as like personality, like I'm fun and I just want to just enjoy my time.
I love that. What a way to enter. What a way to enter. And then we've got to turn it over. I'll let you do the honours.
Do you want me to do the honours?
Yeah, go on. Your trophy cabinet.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Let's walk through it. See if you remember all of them. Left to right or right to left?
FA Cup.
Yep.
League.
Yep.
Euros.
Yep.
PFA.
Yep.
And Finalissima. Too easy.
Boom!
Too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah, it's cool that though, isn't it?
Can we get a memory from each?
Yep,
right,
of course.
Let's go.
FA Cup has to be do you know what? I've had really good memories at the FA Cup. I think the best one for me was when we played West Ham.
Okay.
And I think we won 3-1. I managed to get my first goal at Wembley, which was unbelievable. Remember looking over to the stands. Parents were half drunk, but absolutely loving life.
In the moment.
Yeah, first time in hospitality, so making the most
of
it. But yeah, I just remember scoring, looking up, and being able to like point and kind of make eye contact and celebrate. And that game, I actually got player of the match as well, which I think was a real honour because I think at the time I was only maybe 18, 19 years old. So I think that for me was just a little taste of what my future could be. And that little taste of winning is you want to experience it
every
as
moment
much
you
as
can.
you can.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, and the next one was the WSL.
Yeah.
Do you know what the saddest part about this is I wasn't actually there for trophy day. So we was actually away at the I think it was the under-17s World Cup or the under-20s World Cup at the time.
Yeah.
And I was away on tournament, so I never actually got to experience the trophy lift. But we went the whole season unbeaten, and topped it off by winning at home on the last day, I think.
Solid.
Special.
Love that one.
And it'd be interesting who wins it this year.
Very interesting.
Title race
very
is on.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's very tight at the top.
Yeah.
But an amazing season though. An amazing season.
And it's nice to see how close the competition's getting. Obviously United have come up so well.
Their story, their history book is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's only the beginning as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, for sure. And even the fans and stuff. It's crazy to see how many fans are in. When we played Arsenal in the Champions League, even then it was wow, England is doing well. Fair play. The Euros, we have created something.
The legacy continues. It was more than a moment.
Yeah.
And then perfect moment.
Yep, smack bang in the middle of the Euros. Obviously one of the best days of my life, if not the best. Just the whole experience. I think even if we'd have lost, we'd have still had the same kind of mentality because the day itself was so well celebrated. The fans were unbelievable. The whole tournament was unbelievable. And I think obviously it was nice that we won and it was nice to top it off in that way. But I think no matter what the result, we'd made so many people proud. We'd inspired so many people. To sell out Wembley, midway through a tournament or before a tournament had started was, unbelievable.
And a home tournament as well.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it sweeter.
Yeah.
The home tournament. And even speaking to some of my teammates, they say the right team won.
Oh, wow.
Because in terms of women's football, they just think that the Lionesses are going to try and progress it as much as possible and hopefully the other countries will follow.
Pioneers.
So leading the way basically. And they know that now that we've got the right and we've got the front foot forward to be able to fight for things that we need or things like resources and things.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. Yeah. No, I feel like that's a memory for everyone. Every woman, teenage girl, child, that memory means so much. And that will be that could be the moment that creates a super fan forever.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
That's incredible.
Absolutely. Next one, when I won PFA Young Player of the Year, of course it's an unbelievable honour. I think the biggest part is because it's voted for by the players. I think that kind of makes it a lot sweeter because it's nice to see that when I played against oppositions that I kind of caused problems or they kind of thought of me in a high way. That's obviously just a really nice personal achievement. And I remember I took my brother along as well. He really enjoyed the evening. I think I carried him to our bed in the early hours.
And there's a common theme here.
Yeah, common theme. The family likes to celebrate my wins. And then the last one, the finalissima. I think that just showcased how far we've come in terms of after the Euros being able to continue with our successes and continue with the wins. And obviously Brazil were an unbelievable team. Caused us so many problems, especially in the second half. I think that was just a showcase of mentality. Especially Mary, I'm sure she would speak out for that. The fact that she made a mistake in the game, but was absolutely buzzing and ready for the penalty shootout. And remember looking at her and she's giving it beans, and that's when you know that we're going to be safe because Mary's got her chest out and
she's ready.
She's waiting for it.
That NOS energy.
She's waiting it. Still to this day, we think she did it on purpose.
Do you think? Just so she can get that moment to save the team.
So she can get that hero Mary moment. Yeah, she absolutely loves it.
Swooped in wearing the cape. I'm here to save the day, guys.
Yeah. And I bet if a thing comes up saying 6 months later, I bet it's reposted on Mary's story.
I love that. But I feel but there is throughout all of this, there's this thing around women's football where there's just that moment where you just have to dig deep and all those moments, all these beautiful moments have been created by that mentality of just digging deep. And I think we've seen it through the Lionesses, right? You guys have been testament to that. Where does that come from? Is it from Serena? Like, where does it come from? Or the Wood girls?
Yeah, I think more recently it's come from Serena. I think before Serena it was kind of in the environment, but it wasn't really like empowered.
Okay.
Whereas with Serena it was kind of like we knew the quality that we had in the room, and for the first time, or we were more confident enough to tell the person sat to the left and to the right how good they actually were. I think as a nation we're the first to say to the opposition, oh, they're good, or they're going to cause us problems, or we're the first and only country to panic about an opposition before looking at ourselves in the room and realising the quality that we have. And we just kind of created the belief within our own environment where nothing got in and nothing got out. We were able to compliment and praise. We were able to give constructive criticism, and that it was taken in a good way. We were able to, just demand really high standards from each other, and we created a really competitive environment. And I think that's definitely brought in by Serena, and that was definitely the reason why we ended up lifting that trophy in the end, was just the culture, the atmosphere that we created, and that every game we just took as it came. So the focus was on the next game, and then the focus was on the next game. We never got too far ahead, and we never packed our suitcase too early. So we always knew that we was going to go all the way. It was just about getting the job done.
I'm excited for summer, man. Just cut everything. Get me on the plane right now. That is incredible. Yeah, you can feel it as well as like a fan as well, like watching and just having conversations with other people that are watching the game as well. They're just like, nah, this team looks solid. Like walking onto the pitch and not seeing like this sense of fear or nervousness or apprehensive or anxiety or anything like that, and just knowing like, actually, no, you guys are, like, you understand and internally believe that you are at the top of the game, like, which is sick. So
I think you've just got to be confident. Like all of us as players play at the highest level, competing against Europe's and world's best, and you've just kind of got to have the confidence in yourself and the people that are next to you. And and like you said with the fans, it's really nice to be able to connect with fans, but not only on a football level, but on a personal level. And it's nice to know that the fans actually count us as humans rather than just footballers. And people will make mistakes and things will happen. And your mentality might be low some of the days, but we know that the fans are there no matter what, and they can pick you up no matter what. And it's like rain or shine, win or lose, the fans are always there. So and I think that's what's really important, is that we've now got that fan base, and we've now been to tournaments and people have jumped on the bandwagon, but we've now got people that have stayed with us and stayed on the bandwagon. I think that's the most important thing for us.
That's beautiful. And like I said, it's a lovely way to end, but this wasn't a normal bag.
Okay.
Like I told you, it was a rework bag. So we've got a little surprise. I'm actually going to let you do the honours. Okay. So can you just turn it inside out?
Oh, wow. Oh, this is well cute. Very wholesome.
Very wholesome, right? Yeah. So we've got a City shirt on there. We've got a Newcastle shirt on there.
That's sick.
Shirt. And then, there's an England shirt.
Oh, this is going straight on display. It's too nice to be used.
Serious? Like you could take it.
That's unreal.
No, maybe not holiday to Ibiza. Maybe what
type of holiday are you thinking?
A little city break rather than a party holiday.
Oh, honestly, that's unreal.
But all the teams that hold value in your life, and who you've played for, who you've represented, but also who you support as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you very much.
No worries.
I really
one last question.
Yes.
In 3 words, can you describe the Lionesses?
Passionate. Versatile. Fun.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And just like
we like
that,
to have fun with it.
we like to have fun with it. And just like that, it's a wrap. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Versatile. Like this bag. Versatile.
That was